Okay, it's okay. Take your time. Okay, good afternoon. How are you doing today? Good? Yeah? Um, we've been had a little bit terrifying week last week. Yeah. You know why? Do you know what happened? I think you must know something, right? Yeah, but I think the good thing is that it comes up with nothing happened. Okay, it's everything is okay, right? So then, of course, it bring me, it shocked me a lot. I'm sure, like it shocked not just you. I think for all students at our university, also a lot. We got a little bit panic. Yeah, and then we try to do something, yeah, to prevent from its spread out. So then we suspended class. Okay, so hope you last week you enjoyed it a little bit. Yeah, for no class. Okay, so then I was thinking about like either we have a makeup class or we speed up a little bit for today. Yeah. Which option would you like? Speed up. Okay, good. That is also my, one of my best, solution. Yeah. So I think today we will speed up a little bit. We'll cover for 2 chapters. Okay, and the good thing is that for these 2 weeks we do not have any case or reading presentation. Okay, so starting from next week, then we're gonna have our first reading presentation then. Alright, and for the case, okay, because today I would assign you the case, okay, the first case. Here I would like to make a deal with you. Okay, later I already asked the TA to make some copies, but actually it's not allowed for me to give you the because that's a Harvard business case. It's not allowed for me to copy that case for you, because it's a copyright issue. And actually, I've been struggling because generally for some other professors, the students to pay for that. For you to use that case, you have to pay for that. Yeah, but I feel like actually it's a little bit complicated. So then you also have to buy for that, and then for you, I think maybe for most of you, of course, students are not rich, right? Yeah, I've been students. Yeah, so then I find an alternative solution. Okay, so which indicates for the case, because this semester we're gonna have several cases, like 5 or 6 cases. I make this copy for you. It's kind of, but it's not for you to keep it. Okay, after this case has been discussed, for example, the case is for the week after next week, for example. After that, please return it back to the TA. Right? It's kind of, I lend those cases to you. Okay, you don't own them. Right? So then if you don't return it, listen to me. Then I have to charge you. Okay? So please return that. So when you are, so that means that for that case, actually I will let the case to be used for maybe for next semester, if I have some other class, it's just when they need that, right? So try not to make a note or something on that, right? You just read it. If you need to make a note, you can make a note in some other notebook, right? Okay, so is that a deal? So remember, if you don't return that, you will be fined for how much? Give me a number.
$50.
$50? That's too less.
$10.
100? Too less. The penalty has to be a little bit more, so then you pay more attention. 500? Good. Okay, deal. 500. All right. If you don't return that copy, okay, to the TA, because the TA, she will make a note for that. Okay, $500. All right. So you know you pay a little bit more attention, you get nervous. All right. Okay. Deal. Good. All right. All right. So then I know it's a little bit complicated. For example, for you to check for your forehead temperature or your ear temperature, sort of, it's a little bit complicated. It takes a little bit more time, but I think you bring more secure for all of us, for yourself and also for all of us. You know, you want to learn in a more safe environment, right? Yeah, so then please do that. And also wear the mask, okay, in class. And I know it's a little bit difficult for you to wear the mask. It's even very uncomfortable for me to have to speak with the mask on. Yeah, but you know it's a kind of special time. Okay, so please follow the rule. Try to follow it. Okay, try to do that. And by the way, yesterday I also sent you an email because you know starting from now on you might gonna have this group presentation, right? So that means you might need some group discussion. Okay. Actually, I encourage you, if you could, please do that. You know, for the group discussion by using like video chats. Yeah, because nowadays all this social media is quite convenient. Yeah, for example, the other day, last week, I have a graduate school student. Yeah, she needs to conduct her proposal meeting. So, you know, we also did that by using the video chat. Yeah, me and another committee member, she's in Taoyuan, and the student, she stayed at home. We do this, you know, like online meeting. Okay. So for you, it's the same. You know, nowadays we have to try to prevent from the face-to-face contact. That is more secure because the virus is intangible. Yeah, we have no idea where is it, you know, located for this virus. So try to pay more attention then, right? Because like now, I think you all use like Line, right? And as I know, like for example, like Skype, yeah, it's also okay. Okay, you can have a, like kind of a group video, you know, online meeting then, right? Okay, so then today, the issue that we're gonna cover, our topic 2, is related to human resources management strategy. Okay, which is in the short term, it's a strategic human resources management. Okay, and the performance, right? So this is over here, also still in the part 1. Okay. Here this diagram, okay, it's not in the textbook. Okay, I organized it by myself to bring you a little bit more clear idea. Because the issue, you know, why we talk about this strategic human resources management, okay, because it's related to the company's strategic goal. For the company's strategic goal, actually is something to do with some existing company. For example, they might need to conduct some diversification. You know what's mean by diversification, right? Yeah, expand your product line. That's also one of the strategy of the diversification. So then, that could be also belong to the company's strategic goal, right? So then, guess what? If you are the current employee, you know, work at that company, then because the company want to conduct the diversification, so that means for you, do you need some other skill to fit in with this company's strategic goal? Do you think you need that? Yes. You need some other skill if the company needs your help? Yes, right? You might need it. Or do you think your supervisor might request you to do some more additional work to do some additional task? Yes, exactly. So as an employee, do you feel like, oh, that's such a great opportunity? Yeah, then I can experience more. Do you think you will have this kind of mindset? Maybe some of you do, but I think the majority of employee, they might feel like, it seems like, I get the same salary, but then I have more work. It seems like kind of, well, maybe from now on, I have to work overtime every day. So some employee, they feel a little bit reluctant. Okay, they feel not that happy then, right? So, under this kind of situation, as an HR manager, how could you motivate this employee to, contribute their effort so then the company, they can meet with their strategic goal? That is the issue, are important, right? So now the strategic human resources management is talk about this issue. By doing what? Okay, by using what HR policies or practice. For example, give this employee some additional bonus if they participate for this, additional projects. Okay, so then that is going to bring more motivation, right? Yeah, so then you are more willing to contribute your effort. That is also part of, we call it as a strategic human resources management. So then it's not just only you do your regular work, you also, participate some other team that is belong to some other project that is for the company's strategic goal. So then eventually, the company's strategic goal, okay, will be accomplished. You got it? That is the whole concept, in this chapter, right? So here, now we talk about over here, this is the kind of organization. So for us to talk about this strategic goals, such as, let me give you an example. Some company, they want to become the market leader in the beverage industry. Currently, this company is just a beverage, it's in the beverage industry, regular company. But then the company, after probably several decades, they have this new goal. They want to become the market leader in the beverage industry. For example, Coca-Cola. Okay. All right. So, well, that's the company's strategic goal. So then, for the company to accomplish this strategic goal, at the beginning, okay, they need to conduct this. We call it strategic planning. For the company to conduct strategic planning, one of the most important issues is to build up their what? Competitive advantage. All right. Later, I will tell you about what does it mean by strategic planning. Okay. Here in this chapter, it has some terminology, but later I won't spend too much time for that. Yeah, you can also go through that when after our class. Okay. So for the company to conduct this strategic planning, of course, it needs the help or the cooperation by the company's business unit or the functional unit. Okay, what does it mean by business unit? What does it mean by functional unit? It depends on the organization, how do they structure themselves. For example, let me give you a good example. The company structure themselves by using the business unit. It's P&G. You know P&G, right? P&G, they have this business unit, for example, body care product, hair care product, etc. So that means that for all those products belong to the body care, that belong to one business unit. So then we also call it as like a profit center. So for the manager in this particular business unit, it's like they are the manager, they are the supervisor of this small business unit, like a small company. They are in charge of making either your business make profit or not. if your business unit do not make profit, what will be your destiny? The whole business unit will be closed. Yeah, then what will happen? Then you lose your job then. So as a manager in this business unit, actually they are under a lot of pressure. Okay, that's the concept of business units, right? Just like a profit center. So you cannot make your business units kind of under the deficit. Otherwise, your position will be in trouble. All right, but then there is another kind of organizational structure, functional or departmental units. Okay, that is for some company, it's more traditional one. They have the administrative department, for example, human resources or accounting, finance, okay, department. They are a little bit more like a supporting department. And also they have the department like engineer, if this is an engineer, high-tech company, engineer, R&D department, marketing, sales, for example, etc. We call this as, this company, they organize themselves, by the department, by the function. Understand it? Okay, this concept related to kind of more fundamental management, right? So then, for the HR practice, well, you also have to use some special practice or special policies to fit in with all these needs by the either business unit or this different department. The purpose. If we don't open the door or windows, we are under, a little bit risky situation. Yeah, but anyway, hopefully it's okay. Yeah, so then, for all these policies or practice, has been used by the human resources department. Okay, yeah, then they can, motivate a little bit for this employee in the business unit or these different departments. Okay, so then the purpose is to accomplish the company's strategic goal. Have it? Okay. So then, first of all, of course, we like to talk about this concept. Okay, related to over here, the strategic planning. Okay. Generally, for the strategic planning or the strategic goal, it will be set by the top. All right. So we call it as a hierarchy of goal. Right. Strategic planning. Okay. Hierarchy of goal, which indicates that the goal, okay, will be set, by the CEO, the president over here. For example, the CEO make this goal, double sales revenue to 60 million in fiscal year. Okay, so then this goal, will be cascading, spreading down to different departments. Okay, for example, the sales department, production department, and human resources department. Okay, so as you can see over here, sales department here, the goal would be, by their function. Double sales in East, West, and South region. Okay, but then for the production, well, of course, the most important thing, they need to add some more product line. Otherwise, they cannot meet with this, the sales increase. Right? And the human resources, what will be their duty? Of course, they need to recruit more or train more, skillful employees, okay? Sales people, for example, right? So then it will also be spread down to different subdivision, of the HR department, right? And as you can see, this also for the sales department. They also cascading, all these different, objective, different goals. South region, East region, and West region, well, they will have different goals. Okay, that is we call it as a hierarchy of goals in a company. Get it? Right. So here I would like to ask you a quick question. So for the strategic goal for different industry, for example, high-tech company, manufacturing company, service-oriented company, the strategic goal would be the same or different?
Difference.
Of course, it's different. For this a different industry, their purpose will be different. High-tech company, they will be more they want to have more, innovative product inventions, sort of, right? Manufacturing could be like the production, could be more, sort of. Service industry, okay, it could be related to what?
Satisfaction.
Customer satisfaction, right? Their kind of service quality will be improved, for example, like a hotel or like a restaurant, sort of, right? So then their goal will be different industries, strategic goal, right? So now the following issue we'd like to address for why strategic planning is so important to all manager, because at the very beginning, we talked about that on the top. The planning, strategic planning. Why is that so important? In the strategic planning, it covers 4 different components. Plan, strategy management process, vision and mission statements. Are you all familiar with all these terminologies? Yes? Good. All right. So start from what is plan? Okay, what does it mean by plan? A plan indicates, shows the
Path.
what?
Path or directions.
Path?
Path or direction or steps for the company for getting from how they can achieve their goals.
Okay, the steps or the it's really quite similar then. I will put your, whoever, give the feedback, I will put the sticker on front, so then later during the break you come to pick it up. Okay, so then I don't have to go in there, all right? Courses of actions, okay, it's also similar concept, okay, different steps, okay, of getting from where you are now to where you want to achieve. Right? So, for example, if you plan to, after you graduate, if you plan to get into for example, multinational company, okay, so then you might need some special skill. Okay, for example, high-tech multinational company. So then do you need to make a plan?
Yes.
Of course, you need to make some plan, right? Because now, you might not have the skill, okay, that you need to get into that company, especially if you have some ideal company to work for. So then you have to prepare for yourself then, all right? So you make some, plan to get from where you are now to where you want to go, right? So it's a goal-oriented, right? So strategy, what does it mean by strategy?
Vision and mission.
Yeah.
Specific course of action.
Okay, good. Specific course of actions, right? Strategy, it always indicates that the approach that you use will be a little bit different from others. Okay, so for example, there's some students, if they want to get straight A for all the courses, okay, then, well, do you need some special approach, yeah, to get this straight A? Of course, maybe, you have to work hard. Every day you have to get up early, and then after you finish the class, when you go back home, you have to review for it. Before the class, you need to preview for it. So is that, for example, etc. All right? You need some specific course of action, okay, for you to take, right? So that is a strategy then, okay. So Another one, strategic planning. What does it mean by strategic planning then? Okay, we try to combine all these concepts together. So then incrementally you get the whole idea. A strategic planning is a company's plan, but how it will match its internal
Factor.
what with external what. Okay. Yep. Yep.
Will match its internal strength and weaknesses.
Okay, then that's it. Yeah. Let's pick other student to answer for the second question. Yeah.
External opportunities and threats.
Say it again. External.
Opportunities and threats.
Okay, good. External opportunities and threats. Okay. I think last week we didn't have the class. I forgot to mention to you. You know, in our class, I tried to let some, most students, you can get sticker. So on that day, if you already get 2 sticker, try to raise your hand a little bit slower. Yeah, so then that other student, they can have more opportunity to get the sticker, right? Internal strength and weakness with external opportunity and threats, right? So this is something related to for a company. Before you make your plan, you have to take into consideration of your competences, okay, yourself, your competences and your weakness. And you also take into consideration of the external environment, the opportunity and threat. So then you make your strategic planning, right? So the purpose is to maintain a competitive advantage. All right, get it? That is the concept of strategic planning. All right, so here I would like you to think a little bit. What would be a good example of some companies, because they have some invented products, all right? Okay, these companies, strategic planning, oops. Okay, Apple, okay, already showed that. Like, for example, Apple Watch, it will be like kind of diversification, right? How about Coca-Cola?
Coke Zero. Coke Zero.
Coke Zero, okay, yeah, it's also, expand a little bit for their product line, but actually for Coca-Cola, because they are in the soft, more kind of towards to the soft drink, right? But actually they expand a little bit for their industry. What is that?
Other soft drinks like Fanta.
What?
Other soft drinks like Fanta or Sprite and
Others?
soft drink. Soft drink.
I know that. I mean, that's not just soft drink.
I know that they produce, for example, towels when you go to the beach. You can buy towel with Coca-Cola brand or
Towel?
some other branding marketing materials.
Uh-huh.
You can buy.
Okay, but that's not the answer. Actually, it's also kind of drink.
Juices.
Huh?
Fruit juice.
Fruit juice.
Yes, fruit
Fruit juice is also soft drink.
It's soft drink is carbonated, but the fruit juice is a fruit juice without preservatives and everything.
Make some wise guess if you have no idea.
Healthy
Actually, they merge and acquisition one product and one, it's the brand from.
Just guessing it must be an alcoholic drink, isn't it? Something else than a soft drink.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Something you like every day. Yeah, they get that from UK. They get this brand from UK.
Nestle.
Nestle? No, it's different one. So guess which product is that?
Water.
Some people they like to have that every morning. Coffee. Exactly. Yeah. That is a brand of Costa. Yeah. You heard about this brand? Yeah. Let me show you a short video. It's a little bit, not that many people know about it. Oops. What happened? It's a little bit strange.
We believe has a very compelling strategic rationale. Coffee is a significant, on-trend, fast-growing and profitable category, as I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, are well aware of. Costa is a strong consumer proposition. It's got a scalable coffee platform to engage with consumers across multiple formats and channels. In the end, this is a coffee strategy, not a retail strategy.
Joining us now is Sanford Bernstein, Senior Vice President, and the #1 rated consumer analyst on the street, Ali Dabad. Nice to see you, Ali.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me.
So I heard your question on the call. I thought it was a thoughtful one. You asked, I guess, what they were buying if it's a market leader and it has so much potential to grow. Did the answer satisfy you as far as how you see this fitting into the overall Coke portfolio and the growth opportunity this brand has?
So it makes sense in terms of then having to get into coffee. The hot beverages are growing much, much faster than their Coca-Cola franchises and their cold beverages. I get why they're trying to diversify into this. I don't understand why they had to buy something. I don't understand why
They spent 5.1 billion to buy this brand, okay, from UK, right? I'll leave the rest for your reference because you can click the linkage and check